Till now, we have come to know about Ranga's character, that he is a considerate and educated boy who has come back from Bangalore after getting the education. Everybody was surprised to see that there was no change in Ranga. So now, when the narrator met Ranga, that afternoon when I was resting, Ranga came to my house with a couple of oranges in his hand. A generous, considerate fellow, it would be a fine thing to have him marry, settle down, and be of service to society, I thought. The narrator has made up his mind that if Ranga gets married, he would be a very useful, beneficial factor for the society. For a while, we talked about this or that. Then I came to the point. I directly asked Rangappa, when do you plan to get married? I'm not going to get married now, he said. Why not? The narrator asked. Because Ranga has his own opinion. He has two conditions to get married. One, he wants to get married to a girl who is mature enough, and secondly, he believes in love marriage. I need to find the right girl now. I know an officer because he was in the city and he has seen so many couples, those who are married and have different married opinions. I know an officer who got married only 6 months ago. He's about 30 and his wife is 25, because in the city people used to get married very late. I'm told, people told me they will be able to talk lovingly to each other. They are able to understand each other. Let us say I married a very young girl. She may take my words spoken in love as words spoken in anger. She is not able to understand my love or my feelings. Recently, a troupe in Bangalore stays the play Shakuntala. There is no question of Dushyant falling in love with Shakuntala if she were young. If she was immature, there was no question of Dushyant falling in love with that girl. The reason was she was mature, she was young, beautiful. Like the present day bride, is there what would have happened of Kalidas play? If one gets married, it should be a girl who is mature. This is the first condition put by Ranga. Otherwise, one should remain a bachelor. Bachelor means unmarried. That's why I am not marrying now. Is there any other reason? The narrator asked. There may be some other reason. You were there in the city. A man should marry a girl he admires. This is the second condition. He is in favor of love marriage, not arranged marriage. What we have now are arranged marriages. How can one admire a girl with milk stains on one side of her face and wetness on the other, or so young that she doesn't know even how to bite her fingers? Oh, a neem fruit and a bitter gourd. You know what you call in Hindi? Ek karela upar se neem chada. That means one, he is educated, he has gone to city for higher education, and now secondly, he is having the conditions to get married. Exactly, Ranga said, laughing. I was distressed. I was very much depressed, annoyed, sad that the boy who I thought would make a good husband, I was planning to get him married, has decided to remain a bachelor. He doesn't want to get married. After chatting for a little longer, Ranga left. I made up my mind. Made up my mind means I decided immediately, on the spot, right then, that I would get him married. Ramarao's niece, a pretty girl of 11, had come to stay with him. She was from a big town, so she knew how to play the veena and harmonium. She has a good voice, and both her parents have died in an accident her uncle brought her home. Ranga was just the right boy for her. I thought in my mind, and she is the most suitable bride for him, since I was a frequent visitor. Frequent visitor means the one who visits regularly to Ramarao's place. The girl was quite free. Now she is very frank to me. With me, I completely forgot to mention her name, Ratna. It was the very next morning I went to their house and told Ramarao's wife, I'll send the buttermilk. You know buttermilk, जिसको आप लस्सी कहते हैं, buttermilk to you. Ask Ratna to fetch it, to bring it. Ratna came. It was a Friday, so she was wearing a grand sari. She knows because she is from city. I told her to sit in my room and requested her to sing a song. I know she used to sing very melodiously. I sent for Ranga. Sent for means I sent somebody to call Ranga. While she was singing the song Krishnamurti in front of my eyes, Ranga reached the door. He stopped at the threshold. In between, he was neither in nor out of the room. He did not want the singing to stop because she was singing so melodiously. He didn't want the singing to stop but was curious to see the singer. Carefully, he peeped in. Peeped in means secretly to look inside. The light coming into the room was blocked because Ranga was standing in between. Ratna looked up and seeing a stranger there, abruptly, immediately stopped singing. Suppose you buy the best quality mango. Now you are to see the expression on Ranga's face, what had happened to him. Suppose you buy the best quality mango, you eat it slowly, sawing its peel. Before biting into the juicy flesh, you don't want to waste any part of it. Before you take another bite, the fruit slips out of the hand. Same thing happened to Ranga. He was so much interested in listening the song of Ratna, but when she stopped singing, it was something interested has been taken out of his hand. Before you take another bite, the fruit slips out of your hand and falls to the ground. How do you feel? Ranga's face showed the same disappointment when the singing stopped. You sent for me? He asked to the narrator and sat on the chair. He came inside and sat there. Ratna stood at a distance, her head lowered. Ranga repeatedly glanced at her. He was trying to look again and again at her. Once our eyes met. They have an eye contact and he looked very embarrassed. No one spoke for a long while. It was my coming that stopped the singing. Let me leave. Now he is giving the explanation that she stopped singing because I came, so now I should go back. Words, mere words. Because sometimes it happens in life, our words don't match our actions. Now he is showing that he should go, but he is not ready to move. He doesn't want to go from there. So words, mere words. The fellow said he would leave, but did not make a move. An inch he didn't move from there. How can one expect words to match actions in these days of Kali Yuga? This is the time of Kali Yuga. Whatever we used to say, that never matches with our actions. There is difference between saying and doing. Ratna ran inside, overcame by shyness. After a while, Ranga asked, who is that girl, Swami? Swami is none other but the writer. Who is that inside? Oh, the lion wanted to know. The she-god who had taken the shelter in the temple replied, does it matter who I am? What does it matter? Because I am married already and you don't want to marry. So who is that girl is of no importance. I am a poor animal who had already eaten 9 lions. I have vowed, I have decided to eat the more. Tell me, are you male or female? The lion fled up in fear, it seems. Like the he-god, I said, what does it matter to either of us? Who is she? I am already married and you are not the marrying kind. You doesn't want to get married and I am already married. So it doesn't make any difference who is the girl who has gone inside. Very hopefully he asked, she isn't married then? He said, his voice did not betray his excitement. He was so excited to see the girl, so that excitement was shown in his voice, but I knew it was there. She was married a year ago. Now the narrator has played a game. He told that she is married. His face shriveled like a roasted brinjal. You know what is a roasted brinjal? Face expressions. After a while, Ranga left saying, I must go, I have some work at home. I went to a Shastri, the astrologer, you can say the Pandit in the village, next morning and told him, keep everything ready to read the stars. I'll bring someone, I'll come back later on. I tutored. Teach means कुछ पढ़ाना. Tutored is called, जिसको आप कहते हैं सिखाना पढ़ाना. In all that, I wanted him to say, I found no change in Ranga when I met him that afternoon. In the evening, I again saw him. What is the matter? He asked. You seem to be lost in thoughts. What's the problem? You are lost somewhere. The narrator asked. Nothing. Nothing's wrong. Believe me. Headache? I asked him. Maybe you are having some physical problem, some ailment, must be having headache or fever. Come, let us go and see a doctor. So we should go and see the doctor. I just explained.